Hello, welcome. I'm Lyona and I own AntigoKnits. It's a small yarn shop in Antigonish, Nova Scotia. And I have closed captioning enabled so you can turn it on if you wish to see it. And I'm also recording this session so that I can upload it to my YouTube and so that it can be shared on Vogue for the next 2 weeks. And my website is AntigoKnits.com. And my YouTube is Lyona at Creative Knits, and all the prices on my website are in Canadian dollars because I'm in Canada. And the discount code is VKLive 10 for 10% off your entire purchase. And it's good for 2 weeks, so until the 24th. And I'm going to put all that information in the chat. And then I'll just share my screen for a minute and pop over to my website and show you just a couple of things on the website. And so right up at the top, if you go to shop all and click that little arrow, it will show you all the options of what I have on the website. I just gotta get this thing out of the way. So I've got the yarn all divided by weight, and then I've got some felting supplies and some kits and a few books, few shawl pins, a little bit of macrame supplies. And then down at the, oh yeah, and there's free shipping on anything, any order that totals $150 or more before tax. And if you scroll down to the bottom of any page on the website, there's the option to sign up for a newsletter. So if you type your email in here and hit subscribe, you'll get your first email will give you a coupon for 20% off any orders, which you can use anytime, like not just during the 2 weeks where you get the 10% coupon. And I don't send a lot of emails. I don't even send enough emails, but I'm going to start sending a few more, sending them more regularly in the next couple of months. I'm going to start maybe one a month, and then in July I usually have a half price sale on some yarns, so I'll send like emails during the sale to say when something's added to the sale table. And one of the things that I do for my business is I attend a lot of trade shows to sell my hand knit stuff and yarns that I dye here, and then I buy stuff from other artists at the show. So right now I'm low on yarn that I've dyed myself, but I have some that I picked up from a young lady who's just graduated from art college. At the last show I was at, she had this stock yarn that's dyed with the natural dyes, and I bought quite a bit for the store. They're 50-gram skeins and they're $25 Canadian. And these ones are dyed with avocado, and they're a light peachy color. And then these ones are dyed with coffee. And these ones, she just has dyes with natural dyes on it. She doesn't say what the source was for those ones. And these pale blue ones are dyed with indigo. And then this one is dyed with red mixed natural dyes. And then these ones are dyed with leaves. I've got this sample shawl here I knit with them. It's actually a zigzag scarf. It's free patterned on Ravelry, and I just used 4 different colors and combined them to make this beautiful wrap here. Sock yarn is really popular in the store, like not online, but the people that actually come into the store. So I got these sock rulers made as well. So I got them made by a local artisan as well. They're $25 each. And one of the yarns that's most popular in the store right now is sequin yarn that you carry along with another thread. I've got these ones are $18 a cone, and they're just like a fine thread with silver sequins about every 2 inches, and there's 250 meters on this, and I've got this one in 3 colors. There's the red and this gray color and a black. The black one has gold sequins and the other two have silver. And then I've got King Cole Cosmo for $13. Cosmos for $13, and there's 25 grams. And I've got black and gold. I've sold out of the silver, but I've got more on order. And then I've got Crazy Paillettes, which is like a black, well, it's like a charcoal thread, and it's got a multicolor sequence, and they're really close together, but they're kind of not really muted, but they're not as in your face as the other sequin yarn. And then I've got some just metallic thread that you carry along with it without the sequins. It's just a metallic, and I've got it in red, gold, white, and silver. And those are $12 Canadian. And I've got a little bit left of this thread with like a bolder, brighter sequin on it. I've got it in black with multicolor sequins, and I've got it in green. And those are $23 a spool. The other thing that's popular right now is mohair. Well, you could do it with it by itself, but most people carry it along with something else. And I've got this baby silk, kid silk, and then I've got some long yarns, Millicalori Super Kit. I've got it in 3 colorways. And then I've got long yarns kid color. And mohair looks. The Crazy Paillettes is $22 Canadian. And then there's 10% off of that with the coupon. And another thing I brought in recently is these craft kits. They're not actually knitting, but they're yarn crafts, and they're for ages 8 and up. Like adults buy them too. They're like, this one is like 3 little puppies that you make with. There's a pom-pom tool in the kit and the yarn. Everything you need to make it is in here, the pattern. And then there's air dry clay to make these little cups that you put the puppy in. And then there's another one for llama and squirrel, I believe it is, and a cactus. And this one does have a little set of knitting needles because you knit the scarf. But and I will be putting some kits out there for hand and hats too. I haven't got them on the website yet, but I will have them up in the next couple of days. There's this Gala 50 yarn, like one skein of it will make a hat, and then one of these and a pom pom will come together for $20 Canadian. And another thing that's popular right now is sock yarn minis. These are 10 grams or 46 yards. And I make a lot of them. I dye a lot of them myself, but I also have some that are like commercially dyed sock yarns. And they're $4 each. Let's see. We also have quite a bit of long yarns, Ella, and on my YouTube channel, I have a slideshow of some of the designs that we can make with that. So I'm going to share my screen and bring that up. So this is my YouTube where I will be putting the videos that I start recording regularly, but this is the slideshow of the designs that can be made with the Ella. Put that out in the middle of the screen. I love this one. I'm gonna knit this as a store sample. Those are pretty much all the new things that I've got in recently. I've still got quite a bit of cotton yarn for dishcloths. I've got quite a few varieties of long yarns and wool addicts. I've got quite a bit of macrame braid. Quite a bit of sock yarn. I've got a whole shelf of opal, and then I've got a few other commercial sock yarns. I've got my own hand-dyed sock yarn, but I've only got a few skeins of that left right now. I got to get busy dyeing, but I'll try to get a new batch dyed and listed on the website before the 24th when the coupon expires. And then I've got some merino wool, which is probably not what you're looking for this time of year. And then I've got some cotton, some linen, some silk, quite a few faux fur pom-poms with they attach with a snap. So you can just sew the snap onto your hat or garment, and then the pom-pom attaches on. You can take it off for washing, or you can buy multiple colors and switch them out. I've got quite a few like natural looking colors like browns and black, white and gray, and then I've got a few blues and pinks and really bright rainbowy ones like this. I've got some real fur pom-poms as well that are made with recycled fur jackets. And most of those are natural colors, except I do have 3 pink ones where the jacket was dyed pink before I cut it. Like it was already dyed before I cut it up to make the pom-poms. I've got some organic cotton. It's undyed. I brought it in because I was going to dye it, but I'm selling it just like this until I get around to dyeing what's left. I've got baby camel in a couple of shades of brown. I've got let Lopi. Here's some of the linen. I got quite a bit of cashmere mono. I've got hemp. And then I've got a few books. They're listed on the website. I've got Lucy Neepy's Cool Knitters. It's one about finishing. I can't remember the exact name of it now. Cool Socks, Warm Feet. But there's another one about finishing techniques. And then I've got a couple of the Saltwater Gifts books, which are from Newfoundland. So most of the stuff I bring in, like books and stuff, is local, like from provinces right near here. And then I have one of the worsted weight yarn I get the base from Briggs and Little, which is the oldest woolen mill in Canada. It's in New Brunswick. It's the next province to Nova Scotia. I'm just gonna put my website and the coupon code and stuff in the chat again, because a couple of people have joined since I started. I'm by myself. I work by myself all the time, so I get behind on one thing while I'm catching up with something else. So that's kind of the way I am with the chat here too. But I am going to be posting YouTube videos regularly on what I've updated in the shop. So if you follow my YouTube channel, you will see my updates. And then if you sign up for the email list, I do send out emails. Not often enough, but I'm going to aim for 1 to 2 a month with whatever new I bring in. And there's quite a bit in the shop right now that's not on the website, because I have the 2 studios, which are a 2-hour drive apart, and then I have 2 apartments, one here, one in Halifax. And I've been, for the last 3.5 years, I've been acting as a part-time, well, almost full-time caregiver for my mom, but she passed away last November. So I'm freer to go back and forth between my 2 studios now, and I'm starting to get caught up on all the stuff that fell behind. But the next thing on my list is to get everything that's here in the shop listed on the website, and I'm going to try to do that before the coupon expires. That's why one of the reasons why I left it open till the end of the day on the 24th. I do have a few yarn bowls here too that were made by a crafter in New Brunswick.
Can I ask a question?
This one's got a bunch of dye packets in it. I'll just move them into this basket and then I can hold it up.
Can I ask a
They're
question?
ceramic and they're a good, as you can see, it's almost as big as my head. It's a good size yarn ball. It's nice and heavy, really well made. They're $65 Canadian. And I have packed them up and shipped them and they survived. The first one I shipped, I was terrified, but if I put a lot of bubble wrap in, they survive it. Get my cone of opal. So the next thing I'm going to be doing after I get the website up to date for what's here is I'm going to be I have this undyed opal. This is opal sock yarn. And I'm going to be making it all into this what's left on this cone, which is about half of what it was when I got it in. I'm going to be making it all into little 10-gram mini skeins and dyeing a bunch of my colorways. A lot of my colorways are not repeatable because I just do something for fun and I make a big batch of it, and then when it's gone, it's gone. But I do have a few that were popular last year that I'm going to try to duplicate on these little minis. So I've got about 9 minutes left. Is there any questions or anybody that saw anything on my website that you want me to show?
Can I ask you about your hemp yarn?
Say that again?
Can I ask you about your hemp yarn? What do you tend to make with it?
I haven't actually made anything with it yet. I have a woman that tries at the time, and she actually does macrame with it, but it's fine. And I did have somebody that said she was making dishcloths with it, but I usually make dishcloths with cotton. But I think when I get around to knitting a sample with it, I think I'm going to knit a t-shirt or like a sleeveless top.
How many meters are in a hank?
Just gonna check that now. Where does it say? Oh, 100.
And it's how much per hank?
$10.
$10. It's really pretty.
Yeah, I like it. I like the colors. My favorite color changes from day to day, though. Whenever I just open becomes my new favorite color.
I like all sorts of colors.
Me too. Like when I dye sock yarn, I usually dye really bright, vibrant colors. And then I go to a show and I see this and I buy it from the girl. And it's like, not at all. Like, I mean, I could dye this, but I just suddenly liked it when I saw it.
So you dye mostly sock yarn?
Mostly, I do have some bulky stuff here that I'm going to dye as well. And then I'm going to dye some of this organic cotton. But what I actually sell in the store is mostly sock yarn. Online, everything sells. Well, when I manage to get the photos taken and get it listed. But sock yarn is really popular here in town. I have a lot of, like, I'm right across the street. Well, almost across the street from a university. So I have a wide range of customers. Like a lot of them are my age and older, and then there's really young ones from the university. So they knit a lot of socks.
I think socks are beautiful, but I hate knitting socks.
Uh, I have this thing where I'll knit one and then I'll start the second one and then it'll sit there forever and I don't finish. Like I know what they look like now. I want to move on to something else. And the other thing is I don't wear socks a lot. Like I wear bare feet and sandals all summer and I wear bare feet and Ugg boots most of the winter.
I wear socks every day.
Well, I don't like the feel of like commercial socks, but my friends tell me that if I actually started wearing wool socks, I wouldn't hate them so much. So I might try it someday.
Well, thank you for your presentation.
Oh, thank you for attending. I am going to be, whenever they have these virtual things now, I'm going to be attending them more regularly. Like I used to do it when they first started, and then I skipped a bunch when I was like crazy busy taking care of mom and running back and forth between here and Halifax. But this is the year I'm going to get organized.
Now, where are you?
AntigoKnits. It's in Nova Scotia. It's about a 2-hour drive from our capital city, Halifax.
Well, I am going to head off. I've got other stuff to do this afternoon, but take care and thank you.
Thank you. Yes, my time's almost up anyway. I only have 4 minutes left. I'll put my info in the chat one more time.